Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.
Sheriff Susan Hutson relaunches her campaign with four-time convicted killer Derick Groves still on the run. Good evening, I'm John Snell.
And I'm Liz Reyes. Groves is one of the 10 inmates who escaped the Orleans Parish Jail in May. He is the only one who remains free.
Chris Joseph spoke with a family member of one of his victims who says the sheriff shouldn't be running.
It is my pleasure to introduce to you tonight to Sheriff Susan Hutson.
Sheriff Susan Hutson is back in the race for another term. Thursday night's event reignited her campaign, which she paused after 10 inmates escaped the jail on her watch. Only one escapee remains, Derick Groves. He's a four-time convicted killer, and his continued freedom is taking a toll on a family member of one of his victims.
I'm more stressed. I recently had to be put on blood pressure medicine. I never had issues with that, but now I'm just stressed, worrying about when he'll be captured, will we ever get justice?
We agreed to not name the family member for her safety. She says Hudson should resign and questions why she'd be running if Groves is still on the loose.
Why would you want to run and something like that happen? You should gain the trust back from the community, and then you could revisit that.
Hudson didn't mention the escapes once in her speech. She didn't take any questions after the event either.
God bless you all. I love you all. Hey, let's turn up a little bit.
Sheriff Hudson. Sheriff Hudson. Sheriff Hudson.
Wow, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. Real big news, man. Make sure you download the app as well. But this is some big news, man. I had to jump on here and let you guys understand what's really happening, man. My girl, Susan Hutson, is back in the running. She announced it yesterday. It's up. She's ready to go. She's ready to be reelected. She's ready to do what she's supposed to do after all them years. OG Pyru was wrong, but is he there? OG, you there? Wrong. She back. She finna be reelected. She ain't gonna be working at Walmart, all that crap he was talking. She back in the running, man.
Man, her and her husband come up with a scam. They're trying to talk that re-election. They trying to get people to donate money so
what?
They can tied over when she gets fired.
What?
She ain't getting re-elected to nothing. She taking that money and trying to come to California.
No, sir, man. She had a hell of a speech, and if you notice, when she came out to Here I Go by Mystical, who's locked up right now. So basically, she came out to a song to let you know she in this to win this. And the way she came out and the way she stepped up on that podium and she spoke with a loud voice of success and confidence, I was so pleased to see that, because she is going to be the next sheriff down there in Orleans Parish, and she's going to continue to hunt for Derick Groves, I believe. I really don't see her being taken out of position. She's been keen on her whole while she was running, looking for these guys. She's been keen on her search. She captured 9 of the 10. Wu slipped out of her hands. He was the only one. Massey gave her a little bit of trouble, but when it boils down to it, she basically gave her all in this huge, massive escape. And I just want to say, man, kudos to her this morning. I don't want to say she's gonna be out of the job. I think she'll be just fine being reelected. What do you think, OG?
I think you should have been a preacher, man. I mean, you almost had me say to be dog catcher.
What?
She didn't let 10 men escape. She didn't let one man, Khalil Bryant, she just let him.
Oh, why you got to bring that up?
And then she had a riot up in there and 5 kids got stabbed up. She is such a sorry specimen of a supervisor.
What?
Bruh, her and the mayor both gonna be in jail because that's called misappropriation of public funds. She's doing these fundraisers, collecting money from these unforgiving people, and now when she doesn't get reelected, they're gonna audit her books, and no, she won't be at Walmart. She'll be in Parish County Jail.
Oh, wait a minute, OG. I don't really like you when it comes down to Susan Hudson. Because she did her just due. You talk about the fact that this was the biggest breakout ever. Well, reverse that and say this was the biggest recapturing ever too. She came back and got those guys pretty quick, and I think that'll be some pluses for her. Massey, she ended up having a little bit of struggle, but in the end, she was the one that captured him. And even Ann Kirkpatrick came out and supported her during that time. So you got to be real with yourself when it comes down to who she is. She stood in the midst of that situation. She didn't back down to it, and she stood her ground. So I'm gonna say give her a job, man. Let her keep doing her thing, man. Don't give up on her because she's definitely worth it. Huh?
She is through.
What?
She will never be an administrator again. When this first happened, she didn't own up to it. She started crying that it's not my fault. I've been asking them for money for more security for the jail. She's still on appeal that she defied a court order. She has a felony. She's not gonna get a job doing anything, sir.
What?
You forgot about the court case, right?
Oh, gee. Let's be.
Forgot about the court case. That's on appeal right now. Right?
You talking about whether they tried to hold her in contempt?
They found her guilty for being in.
Oh, gee, she was doing her job, and you know it. So don't even come with that, man. She was doing her job. She stood in the gap for that as well. She was trying to move inmates and all kind of stuff without the support she needed. The infrastructure wasn't there. The jailhouses needed fixing. She had already pre-spoke about that. This was nothing that was new to them. So therefore, she gonna get a break. The people gonna stand behind her. She been in this for almost 40 years. You got to give her something for that. That's 2 score. She basically been in this for a long time, and you have to respect her for she is a jolly good fellow that nobody can deny. Hell.
And yeah, just nobody can deny. And it's time for her to sit out and sit her old ass in the pasture where they put all old cows, and it's time for her to go. Her and the mayor are both under deep scrutiny, 2 black women. But I say again, all of these female advocates, you ain't heard one of them speak up. The only one campaigning for is you, Reverend Boss.
And Kirkpatrick is definitely campaigning for the olive oil, as you call her. She's definitely going to campaign for it. She's been working with her for years. I can't see her not respecting her and holding her up in stature as she moves forward toward being the sheriff once again.
Olive oil ain't said a word since Khalil Bryant.
You kind of right on that. You kind of right on that, OG. I ain't heard from her, but she hadn't said nothing negative. No news is good news. No news is good news.
Okay, no news is mean. When you don't say nothing to me, that means a no vote. She ain't had herself on no camera. When the riot went off in the jail, you didn't see Kirkpatrick. You seen Olive Oil nowhere in sight. You didn't see none of her white constituents. You out there by yourself, ain't your mama?
Well, I'm gonna say I'm down for, and I want to say to that woman who tried to act as if Groves was coming to get you, if you had already been got, for you to step up and say something negative about this woman, he would have got you already. So
and that's the way the community feels. The black community feels that she let New Orleans down, that she didn't let a mass murderer, a full-time killer, and y'all ain't caught him yet. Now, nobody, you know how y'all are. You don't look at white America the cause of this, because not just her looking for him, the FBI, the CIA, the DEA, and Bounty Hunter. What's his name?
Is it Dennis? Matt Dennis. Matt
Dennis can cut his ponytail off looking for him. So it's not just her. So white America can't catch Wu. I almost feel like she should be held accountable for that mishap But we are the last to get hired and the first to get fired. That saying hasn't changed in 100 years. We take all the blame and never any of the credit. So she has to take the brunt of everything the community is saying. And Olive Oil paid that lady that said that she was a relative of Wu. She ain't no relative of Wu. Olive Oil had her, paid her.
Oh, gee, what?
Paid her to come out there and say that.
She's not a relative. She's a victim from who some of the people he had been victimized.
I just checked on the dark web that Wu don't even have no relatives over there.
It wasn't a relative, OG. You got it backwards. This was a person who felt like that he victimized her, that her family, and now he coming for her. That's what she's saying.
That's what I'm saying. The victim didn't have any relatives. He was an orphan.
Oh, boy, you're fixing up, boy. Boy, he was an orphan.
Get it right, man. The man that grew up in them different homes. He didn't have the the dark web said the lady lied that she was hired by Olive Oil to say that. That's what they call politically a smear campaign.
Okay, OG, look at your the messages. These are the people who are campaigning against Sheriff Susan Hutson. These are campaigntees. I sent it to you here earlier.
That lady already told us.
Hold on. On the phone we on right now. Look at that. Now, Susan Hudson is definitely the #1 contender on here. We got Ernest Lee Sr. I don't know where he's trying to come from to take a position. He wrong for trying to get elected. Julian Parker. I think that's a woman. Yeah, I don't know. And Edwin Mark Shorty Jr. Edwin Mark Shorty Jr. look like he might have used to be in the military or something, or he a former deputy or something. And then you got Michelle Woodfork. Now she right now is currently serving under Susan to try to take her position. I think that's so disrespectful. Cause she's got that ain't right, Michelle. You wrong for that.
That's another black lady.
Then you got Bob Murray, and I don't know, out of all of these, the one who looks the finest in their position and standing tall is Miss Susan Hudson, and I think she should be granted give her back her mantle. She stood strong in the midst of stuff that these guys have never endured.
You need to be
Michelle Woodfork is wrong. We want to talk about that for a second. Michelle, you wrong for not holding her down. You going up against her, Michelle. Now, you know already that she's been cool with you. Days you didn't come to work, she let you make it. She could have been a thorn in your side. You cannot, as my friend OG taught me, smell the roses without enduring the thorns. And therefore, you should have known that it was going to be some tough times when you worked under her. But for you to try to take this position, I don't know if that's good. But one thing I can say, all of them of color, OG.
Mm-hmm.
All of them are of color, so I can't bang it out. So that's another reason to let me know Miss Susan Hudson. She's the light-skinned, it's one of them. If you really pay she gonna be right back reelected.
You ain't gonna reelect Susan.
You see Susan? Look at her. Did you see the picture?
No.
It's right there. If you look on your phone, I sent it to you. Yeah, she looks the most studious on there.
Yeah,
she got her arms folded. She's got her stance, and she don't have a uniform on this picture. This is one of the more recent pictures, and I think she's going to do a tremendous job getting back reelected. Shout out to Susan Hudson. I'm rooting for you over here at Boss Talk 101. I want to see you get back in there and keep going, man. You have a hell of a staff, and you guys are doing a hell of a job over there. I know you've had some ups and downs, but you can make it right. And if you can't get them prisoners down at the jail, just next time reach out. Let them know what's going on with it. And I think you'll be all right. You've made a few mistakes, but no more than anybody else in that position have made. So kudos to you for even staying. You could have quit long time ago. that right, OG?
Quit a long time ago.
OG, there was another part B to this as well. Now I want you to listen to this. This is the ending part of it. This is part. I want you to get this, because this is what it boils down to when you running and people are up against you and you keep pushing the tenacity of this woman. Watch this.
Sheriff Hudson.
Her team appeared to joke that reporters would be arrested for trying to question Hutson.
I'll be happy to discuss anything with you at a later date. And should you just get the itch to ask questions, just in case, I will introduce you to the deputies, and we will have a lovely time. But no, for real, you can contact me tomorrow for the dates, and I will answer your questions.
Hudson did tout her accomplishments, including progress on the federal consent decree and federal acknowledgement for the jail's work on opioid addiction. A political poll from June showed 63% of respondents viewed Hudson unfavorably, but she projected confidence.
You will decide who will be Orleans Parish Sheriff in the future. I think I know who that's going to be. Me.
As for the family member, she says her vote is decided.
Not for her.
She asks voters to carefully weigh their choices. We asked Hudson's office for an interview. It did not respond. John?
Of course they didn't respond, but Susan Hudson, man, catching hell, and this woman said, oh, absolutely not. She ain't going to vote for her. You heard that, OG?
Let me read you something, bro. Dillard University professor and political analyst Robert Collins said Wednesday he didn't suspect Hudson should jump back in. The assumption of most political observers is because of the sheriff's low poll numbers, and she was just going to go ahead and serve her term out, not run for a re-election, simply because most pollsters don't think that she, in any realistic terms, have a shot at winning the race right now, said Collins.
Who is Collins?
Low polls. Who
is Collins?
He's a Dillard University professor.
I don't care nothing about that, man. I always root for the underdog. I don't care nothing about the polls or none of that. I root for the underdog, man. If you come up against her, she gonna come out fighting. She's a scrappy person. She not gonna let y'all just take her position.
Let me say this to you, Al Sharpton. I don't care what dog you go for. This dog is done.
Okay, it says on the poll here, very favorable 7%, somewhat favorable 14%, somewhat unfavorable 20%, very unfavorable 43%, no opinion 13%, never heard of a 4%. They are really trying to do her a job. And you all, first of all, you know, all the people who support Susan Hudson, y'all need to get behind her, man, because they trying to get her out of there. And y'all not going to have nobody to go and look for these people. And she came and got those people and nobody else could. OG, right, talking about Collins and all. We don't even know this guy. Some professor he done dug up. I don't even know where he got that off the dark web. He had to, because ain't nobody seen that type of poll he got. I got the real poll right here, man. And for them, and for that, unassuredly not.
Could you read the unfavorable again?
Okay, the poll number.
Can you read them poll numbers one more time?
Yeah, very favorable, 7%. Somewhat favorable, 14%. Somewhat unfavorable, 20%. Very unfavorable, 43%. No opinion.
Start mumbling. Let's do that one again.
Very unfavorable, 43%. No opinion, 13%. Never heard, 4%. And I think if we could get those never heards up, that'll give her a higher percentage on very favorable. The no opinion, we could get those, that 13%. We could push that up if we campaign it right. We got some that's somewhat favorable. We could get them up to very favorable. We'd have ourselves a race here.
Well, brother, just adding the most unfavorable, and you got almost 55% right there that say there's not messing with Aunt your mama. That's 55% right there.
My goodness, boy, I tell you.
She's not gonna win dog catcher, bro.
Man, Derrick Groves, if she could go get Derrick Groves right now and bring him in, that might save her.
It ain't gonna save her nothing. The Titanic couldn't come back up and save her.
So,
and if she don't hurry, I just checked today on the resumes for Walmart. If she don't get in right now, just before this Christmas season, she won't get a job at Walmart.
Wow.
She'll be working. They talking about that her security record is so bad they may hire her at the Piggly Wiggly.
Ain't even no Piggly Wiggly no more, Safeway, OG. This is crazy work.
They got one for her. They opened up a Piggly Wiggly just for her.
Wow, guys, do me a favor, guys. Get in the comments, let me know. Do you agree with me that Susan Hudson will be would you not?
No.
Susan Hudson will be re-elected. We can push her back up to the forefront. The polls do look a little bad, as we've discussed.
A little bad? Did you say a little bad? You're such an optimist, bro.
The polls look a little bad, but there are some places where we can push this knob a little bit and get her up to where we can fight for her to be back re-elected.
Excuse me, boss. So can I interrupt you one minute?
Go ahead, OG. God, dog.
Since you have so much confidence in Susan Hudson, let's not waste her talent in New Orleans. Let's bring her to Dallas.
It will take over.
So much confidence in her.
What? You can tell she's a Louisiana woman who's very prideful, and we want to get her back in position over there, man. And like I said, that no opinion and never heard, we can get that up in the somewhat favorable, and that'll get us up to at least 30 some odd percent. We're still fighting an uphill battle with the somewhat unfavorable and very unfavorable being 43% and 20%, which makes that about 63%. And we want to try to take some of those somewhat unfavorables and move them up, and we'd have ourselves a battle here. I want to say that, guys. And I want to say thank you again for listening in as we push for Susan Hudson over here to be reelected. And listen, man. Hey, listen, man. Anybody deserves a second chance, man.
I can say this, America. I know y'all tired of him right about now. With that malarkey this early in the morning, I know y'all tired of him. Now, it ain't my fault. I told it, but we shouldn't even talk about that. Oh, now we want to talk about that. So I'm just a worker, America. I ain't got a dog in this fight.
Well, OG, I just feel like if it came out yesterday that she's running, we need to get it up here so people can so y'all know what's going on down there in New Orleans. Do y'all want Susan Hudson? Get in the comments. Do y'all want Susan Hudson at Walmart, or do y'all want Susan Hudson at the sheriff position? Let me know in the comments. And if you still watching, guys, know that Young Thug and them, they all and ATL going through somebody told something. Snitching is on top of the table. So it's somebody telling over there. We don't know who. Just look at this right here, man. This is crazy. Boss Talk 101. Download this right now, the app, and also subscribe. Hit that button right there, man. And hit the like button. Boss Talk 101 reviews.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.